Welcome to Highway 30. I'm Amy.
And I'm Sarah, and we're here to help you get creative.
Oh no, that might be a problem. I don't know what this blue stuff is. This has been activated, as you can see. Yeah. And because I want to go over this with the plaster, we might be talking a few coats. I'm thinking maybe that I might have to seal that part first. I usually don't ever do any kind of prep work when I'm working with the chalk paint, but that is gonna be not fun, I don't think. All right, let's get this denim part thing off the handle without chopping my finger off. I don't even know what's under here, but we shall see. Oh, okay, it's wood, we're good. Here, I'll cut it and then I'll let you see. Cutting a line right in the top. I haven't decided yet if I'm gonna recover this. I think I probably am, so I'm not being too careful. Seems dangerous. I need tools. What in the world? It's like they put this on here when the paint was still wet. Get it off. All right, this is pretty rough looking. Maybe sanding it might help. A little sandpaper. Oh, it's gonna make it all messy again. It's all right. I'm only gonna take a few seconds to decide if this is what I wanna do. More than a few seconds. All right, it's time for me to tackle this blue part. And I went out in the garage and I just found some bullseye primer. And I think I'm just gonna touch the parts that have blue on it. Just don't want that to get into my paint. Make it more difficult. I don't know how old this is, so we'll see what I'm working with. Just needs a little stir. Oh, it's really thick. That's all right, we'll work with it. Paint the table while I'm at it. This just makes me really excited to get to the chalk paint part, because this just isn't pretty. Can you see that? This blue is just coming right through. I didn't think that was going to be the issue I was going to have to deal with. I definitely know now that I would not want this to be baby blue color. This is just a mess. Oh, did you see the mess? Do you see the mess? And maybe another coat. All right, this primer is all dry, so I'm really hoping that that's sealed in the blue ink and that'll work. So I've got my plaster and I'm gonna cover the whole thing in plaster. I said plaster twice. I can't get it open. Ow! This first coat is just gonna be kind of messy and getting the paint on, get it covered. First, let's see. Ignore the mess that wasn't here a few minutes ago. It may have been from a project you've already seen or haven't seen yet. No more blue. I don't see blue here. Maybe this faintest bit of blue. Worst case scenario, and it wouldn't even really be that bad, is that I change the base color. We'll give it a darker color on the base, but it's just my work. I'm gonna give it a try. It's worth it. Yeah, this is very annoying to have to paint inside something with a little short brush. So I'm gonna take my foam brush here. I'm gonna chop the end of it off. Yes, I am bringing out my sword. So now I have a little shorty. And that should make this a lot easier. No one is actually gonna see the inside when I'm done. I see blue. On my brush is what I mean. This original basket here, whatever you want to call it, you know, it was distressed, but to me that just made it look cheap because it was distressed down to not real wood, but this particle board stuff. So we are going to attempt to make this look like real wood, hopefully without a blue tint. I'm gonna let this dry and then we will do a few more coats and I'll come back and show you how it looks. Here is a second coat update. I just put it on and blue is still shining through a little bit, but I definitely think I can get this covered. So original plan, it's gonna work out. I spoke too soon. Why? What is this? I have no idea. But it's a mess. And my next idea is to go outside and spray paint some kind of sealer on top. Then I'll get back to painting. Perhaps that will help. Please ignore this mess. So I went outside and I sprayed this with just a matte varnish, hoping that maybe it will help this blue ink not to bleed anymore. I will give it one more chance and then I'm just painting the whole thing dark. We'll see. $4 wooden crate and $40 worth of paint. Not really, but that's what it feels like. I'm gonna keep working on this second, third, whatever number coat I'm on. I'll come back when it's all done and we'll see what happens next. Okay, the primer did work and I don't see any more of that blue ink shining through. A little bit on the inside, but I'm not really worried about it because I'm never gonna see that again. So what I want to do is put a stencil in this little open spot. And so I've created the stencil. I want the stencil to show white and I want to wax this entire box. It's not a box. I'm gonna wax this entire crate with the antique wax. And then when I lift off that stencil or the negative, then you'll see the design just in that little area. So let's get to it. It should look like wood, hopefully, that's the idea. Let's weed. Honestly, this is really pretty, and I could have just done a sticker here, but I'm still gonna go through it again. So we're gonna paint a layer of the plaster back over this so that hopefully the antique wax won't bleed underneath the stencil. I like to move my brush in all different directions to really get in all the sides of your stencil. Try to seal all of it in. Oh goodness, I'm loving each and every step of this. This is really cool too. Texture, a little bit of color. I'm still gonna keep going. If you really want this to look like wood, you just have to keep working with it before that wax dries and make sure you have some smooth strokes. That's why I like using the foam brush, because it will give me that look of wood. This is what you want to avoid right there. No, no, no. Gotta keep moving. You tell me that doesn't look like wood. I mean, don't tell me, but I think it looks like wood. Just like every step in this process. I actually think it looks really cool now, but I'm still gonna take the stencil off. So let's stick with the plan. Ignore all the mess. We're so glad that you joined us today to see this transformation. We hope you enjoyed watching us, and if this inspires you to create something similar, let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. And while you're there, please click on the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see you next week.